But the hope in a binary, polarized mind would have to be offset by a belief that it will not come. Otherwise, what are you hoping for? And that duality, that insanity, is being broadcast at the animal simultaneously. And if your belief that it won't come is going to be more solid, because the hope is transient, it's in that situation. That's being created from a belief that was in your mind before you saw the animal or came into its contact with it. It's, rather, I can't tell you how to do it. There is no procedure to know what I mean when I say you go up to an animal and you're not broadcasting a hope that it will come to you or a belief that it will not, but seeing it as an equal creation and being able to communicate with it. The animals accept my presence. They acknowledge it, and I understand them. It's funny how deer will go through a certain little ritual it's cute. They communicate with me, and I understand what they're meaning, what they're saying. A biologist would take notes and say, well, when it does this with its head and does this and this, it means that. The insanity of it. Deer can mean different things doing the same thing. Either you're connected to the Creator or you're not. It's like people that complain that they can't find a boyfriend or a girlfriend. They want one so bad, they hope they're going to meet somebody, so of course, they have a belief that they will not. Otherwise, what are they hoping for? So they'll buy a certain type of perfume, or maybe go shopping to get better outfits. So all these procedures that are built upon the hope. Maybe they'll run into somebody that's magnetically opposite to them in their charge and never works out, right? Forcing it that way. But then you'll hear people say, well, gosh, you know what, though? I met the perfect person when I least expected it. I was busy, I was doing something else, I wasn't thinking about it, and bang! There they were. Welcome to life. Now, why did that happen? You weren't acting upon a hope that you'll meet somebody. Therefore, the belief that you will not was not active and resonating. You allowed it to happen. This is the truth of your existence. There is another example of abundance. You think with the brain that you will learn something from aliens. What is an alien in an infinite consciousness system? What is that? Alien? Are there beings that are controlling you and running this planet that are not the same as you, that are not human? Yes, of course there are. But you've got to understand that they are disconnected as well. So it doesn't matter if their IQ is 1,500, or if they have equivalent of 5 of your brains and can have 40 conversations at once. It's still memory, recall, processing, storage, and insane. It doesn't even matter if most of what they have retained appears to be correct. They will never, ever be as intuitive as a butterfly. Any person connected to intuition, to what they are, will always make quicker and better decisions than any demon, any alien, anything disconnected from the Creator. Always. I've had people ask me, so what about this mind control? Are you saying that they can interface with your brain and put images in your brain and thoughts and all kinds of stuff? How do you handle that? Well, imagine if they wanted to mind control a butterfly. with the same type of images and thought implants. And of course, don't memorize butterfly. It can be anything that's connected to creation. Say they want to mind control a finch or a robin bird, okay? Well, they couldn't do it the same way. Why? They don't have the brain size to process it and store the information used to program them. But wait a minute, they're able to make incredible decisions, it appears, irrelevant of what they have stored. See, when you're connected to intuition, even if you forget what you've learned, it's always available to you. You can take an Alzheimer's patient, connect them to love and intuition. They may have forgotten what they did last year, but they won't forget that the stove is on. They won't forget certain things they need to know. Why? Is it coming from the brain? No. But why am I telling you this? If they couldn't control or mind control a bird with the same type of things they use on humans, then what are they depending upon? Very basically, what are they depending upon? The cerebral cortex, your computer. When you connect to intuition, thought implant is corrected in real time. See, if you try to memorize how they control your mind, and all the different techniques, and I try to strategize against it from within the mind that they're controlling, forget about it. You're cooked. If you allow love and intuition to command your mind, it doesn't matter what they put into it. It knows. Let me give you an example of what I mean by that. What have I witnessed in the last year? Well, let's see. I've had human being agents turn on a microphone, hearing background noise in a room, speaking to me occasionally. I've seen them put in visual subliminal messages right into my brain. I understand the technology. There's no point in telling you right now, but that is also very, very basic. Otherwise, an EEG wouldn't work. I have had them put things that look like PowerPoints in my head. I remember I woke up from sleeping and I opened my eyes, which I knew right away. See, intuition was letting me know when it happened, why it happened. It triggered my brain into beta, which that triggered the program. Once the brain goes into beta, that means he's awake, and then he won't notice it. His eyes will be open because it's very faint. Intuition had me shut my eyes real quick, and there's this gray square with rounded corners, and it has a title that says Preconceived Core of Beliefs. I've never heard the term before, nothing, okay? This is what was in, and it had like 3 questions underneath it. And then it showed, if you've seen the movie The Ring, that video they all watch in The Ring, where it's just a series of strange scenes and bizarre images and such. It was like that for 4 minutes straight. I'm just watching it. They've tried to intimidate me by putting really bizarre thoughts in my head, scary thoughts. They can simulate my voice. They've put my own voice in my head. Easy. They've sampled my speech patterns, my resonance, my style, and have radiated my voice back at me. I caught it because of intuition. Said, catch this. I was thinking about something else, and all of a sudden said, do you notice there's another thing going on right now? Listen. Saying the most perverted things, and they put perverted images in my head, scary images in my head, everything you can imagine. I have had what some of you would call aliens try to control my mind, a consciousness.